Kenny says, hello. I had a question about the ad ID. If we have a WordPress site opposed to just the GMB mini site, would we put all the ad ID info on a subdomain? One thing I noticed is the Google documentation for local business schema is this sentence. If the business has multiple locations, make sure the ad ID is unique for each location. So is it a good idea to structure it like city1.domain2, city1 or city2.domain.com, excuse me, if there is more than one location, and possibly city.domain if there's just one location? Yeah, and look, I can answer this because it's a simple question. But yes, that's absolutely correct. If you're going to be building ad ID pages for businesses with multiple locations, then yes, each location should have its own, because an ad ID is supposed to be like a URI, Universal Resource Indicator, right? Like a reference point for the Google, and it's part of local business structured data or local business schema, right? That's where the ad ID field came originally. Well, at least that's where, if you look at local business schema, there's the ad ID field, right? And so that's supposed to point to a reference point that validates all of that location's entity information, right? Which NAP, that's why, Google Maps is a good thing to put on there, all that kind of stuff. You could also list, and I recommend, adding the structured data and the adjacent LD for the ad ID page, all of that with same as attributes, all that kind of stuff. So yes, if you're going to be doing that for a company that has a website, then I would recommend that you use a subdomain, right? Map it over to a subdomain, and you can install just an HTML file, guys. It's fine on your server, or you could actually set up full WordPress or whatever. I'd recommend just going with HTML. It's easy to edit, simple, it's fast, it loads fast. So yeah, that's how you would do it. If you're not doing this for a business that has a website, or if you're just using GMB stuff, then you don't even need a domain. Right. And that's kind of what we're doing. But we just covered all this stuff, Kenny, recently in Local Lease Pro. I just added the ad ID page training to Local Lease Pro about a week ago. Maybe it was 2 weeks ago now. And then we cover this stuff extensively in the mastermind. So, this is something that if you want to get more and more information about how to squeeze the most power out of an ad ID page, I would highly recommend you come join the mastermind. But like I said, Local Lease Pro has a lot of training on how I'm setting up ad ID pages specifically for the GMB asset building. Okay. A lot of really cool stuff you can do with those guys.